And I'm going to be doing a deep dive on Isaac Bonga, but because of the circumstances, we're going to also be doing a head-to-head comparison between him and Pink Diamond LeBron James. Let's go ahead and snatch up these tokens. Actually, it's Brian Scalabrine who I want the most because he's basically Larry Bird in this collection. Okay, so let's throw him on the team and we are going to get right into it. So let's see here. Move you over here. And bam. Alright. Okay, so we can look at it from this screen straight up. So if you look at Bonga here, his ratings are nearly identical to LeBron James, down to the 89 three-pointer. So let's look at those badges before we get into it. So he has the Hall of Fame Floor General, Hall of Fame Quick First Step, Hall of Fame Dimer, Hall of Fame Clamps, Gold Intimidator, Gold Interceptor, which is great for him, and just like LeBron, Gold Quick Draw, Gold Range Extender, right? We see LeBron comparing very similar, very similar across the board. So we're gonna get into the we're gonna get into freestyle and see how close they are in terms of animations, and if Bonga, if he's empty, if it's just like on paper, or if he measures up directly. So I'm just going to go ahead and link you guys on Twitter and let people file into the stream so we can all experience the madness together. Alright, so let's get them in there. Because this card is really cheap. I actually missed a snipe on stream for 3K. I did not even expect it. So first of all, he feels like he moves faster than LeBron. Alright, so that is his behind the back, his crossover, and his between the legs. He feels very quick. They have the same speed ratings, to my recollection. If it's not the same, it's very close. So we're just going to run through a few of his animations. Which hezzy does he have? Okay, guys, I think this might be the same card. I think they might have just cloned this card. What's his shot look like? Wow. What does dunks look like? Okay, so LeBron does have his own signature dunk package. Some people have been calling LeBron a layup machine. That has not been my experience. So this is the first area where I've seen a big difference, is LeBron's dunk package looks like it might be superior. But it's not like Isaac's dunk package is bad for a practically free, I mean, not free, but he's definitely, you can pick, if you sit in the snipe filter for like 5 minutes, you can get this card for 3,000 MT, because everybody's going for all of the other cards. I don't even know if they realize that he plays that he plays point guard or something. I don't know, because he definitely feels like they should know. Alright, so let's see what his step back is like. Okay, so that he has a rotten step back, and he doesn't have one of the good hesitations either. His half court between the legs is nothing to speak of. We're going to try his half spin between the legs combo. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's not really usable. His momentum is really quick, though. He's got a really quick momentum dribble. So he doesn't have an identical dribble package to LeBron. He's definitely I mean, I would say he's a slightly different card. He's definitely different, but he's not crazy different. Great hop dunk. Wow, look at those animations. Oof, I can't believe they put this card out. Alright, what's his between the legs look like? His standing between the legs. Okay, he has a good one, but not a great one. So he should be able to, yeah, so he's got the good crab dribbles, where he can, not to that hand, but to the opposite hand, he has a, you can crab with this dribble and slide in front of people. So that's really good. Do I think he's like the best? I think he's pretty good. I mean, he's a 6'8" point guard with gold range extender and all that other stuff. I think he's definitely a wonderful he's a good alternative. He's a good alternative if you don't have Pink Diamond LeBron. Do I think he's better? No, I don't think he's better. So we're gonna look at a few more of his dribble moves. Look at his hesitation, right stick cross. Yeah, he doesn't move quite as glitchy as LeBron. So I'm gonna get LeBron and look at some of the same ball handles so you can see them side by side. All right, so LeBron has a much bigger character model, which does affect things. 2K said it doesn't affect things. It definitely affects things. So you see here, they both have good dribbles in terms of the full court, but LeBron's are just better. Let's look at LeBron's crossover. So LeBron has a really bad crossover in the full court, and I think that's why people think he has bad dribbles. But if you look at his between the legs, I mean, there's a startup to it, but it moves very smoothly. Let's look at LeBron's behind the back. He has a good behind the back too. So once you get momentum in the full court, that behind the back will move him to the side and allow him to get into those glitchy dunk animations. So let's see his step back. So LeBron has a much better step back. That's like the first thing, is that step back. It combos off of the tapping left trigger to stop. And so when you come in around the perimeter, you tap left trigger and you stop, and you go right into that high arcing range extender. That's a very valid move with LeBron James. Now, he doesn't have the best hesitation in the world, same as Bonga, but he does, as you can see, he combos out of that hesitation really well, both with his step back, like, so he can hesitate. So I'm doing a right stick hesitation into his let me see, right stick hesitation into all of his dribble moves is really smooth for LeBron. So even though it's not as good as the Pro 3 hesitation, you can still work out of it. You can still get a lot done out of it. So, I mean, I can't believe I even have to make this comparison, but I would say that LeBron is the better of the two cards. But is it by much? It depends on how you play. I don't think it's by a whole lot, to be honest with you. Let's see how they look in the post-up animations, because LeBron does have really high post-up stuff. So you see here with the boosts. So you see LeBron here with a 94 post fade, which is significant, and Bonga with a 62 post fade. So that is the big difference between these characters. When it comes to dribbling, both of them are not elite dribblers, but at their size and their speed, you have more than enough good dribbles to get the job done. But with LeBron, if you're running LeBron and triple threat and someone else is running a regular point guard, or even if you're playing unlimited, going head-to-head in 5v5, LeBron has an excellent post-fade rating and excellent post-fade animation, whereas Isaac Bonga does not. Now, if you never, ever go into the post with LeBron, then this card is going to be a lot closer. He actually is a better rebounder than LeBron, which is crazy. You see LeBron only has a 79 defensive rebound, which I thought was just ridiculous considering LeBron's career. But you see he actually has higher rebound ratings, so he'll probably, I'm not going to say he'll be better at the small forward than LeBron, but, you know, he has that over LeBron. You see his perimeter defense 91, interior defense is 81. LeBron actually has slightly, I mean, it's not going to, you're not going to be able to tell the difference, but just the fact that it is 2 points lower is crazy. So as perimeter players, they are very close. They are very close as perimeter players. But we see here LeBron with a 99 speed. What is Bonga with a 96 speed? But I will say Bonga feels fast. Like, I'm going to do a between the legs and like run out with LeBron just across the screen. We're going to do it same direction. You see that? So that's LeBron going between the legs and running across screen. Now we're going to do the same thing with Bonga. We're just going to dribble the ball between the legs and run across screen. See, they feel really close in speed. And you see that quick first step that he got there? We're going to go between the legs, opposite hand. And you see, he just seems to be a little faster coming off of this dribble. It might be his dribble package that has him doing that. I don't know. So let me look real quick. So that is his between the legs. It has a slow startup, but it does have a quick explosion out of it because of that low crouch. And let's look at LeBron's between the legs directly back to back. Because something about the Bonga card feels a little more explosive off a standstill. Yeah, LeBron doesn't go into the low crouch, you see? He doesn't have that low crouch to him. So there's that little bit of hesitation with LeBron. So you see, even there, he did the fast explosion move, but he slowed down before he kept going. So even though they have, like, even though LeBron is technically faster, on paper, I think the Bonga might feel faster. So this is LeBron running up court. I'm just going to do a couple of up court, down courts. This isn't scientific. I'm just kind of going by how it feels. Because if they feel different, then they feel different. If they don't, they don't. LeBron behind the back up court, behind the back dunk. Now we're going to switch to Bonga. Just take a look at this up close. And then I'm going to look at Bonga's size up as well. Yeah, they're similar in speed, but I would say if I was to... That's his behind the back. It's worse than LeBron's. Way worse than LeBron's. His between the legs, nothing to write home about. Better crossover than LeBron. So that's worth noting. So if he has a better crossover, that means he might have a better crossover behind the back too. It's nothing to speak. It's nothing great. It's definitely nothing great. So I would say with this Bonga card, he just doesn't have access to a lot of good dribbles. That would be the main thing. Is even though LeBron has his limitations as a dribbler, they are limitations. They don't stop you. Whereas with Bonga, I don't know how I would actually run offense with this card. Not with my play style. I mean, his momentum is good, so that you can find to be very reliable. But outside of his momentum, I don't know what handles he has that I would really trust. His momentum and his behind the back are cool. His between the legs is cool. I'll check for his... I know he's not going to have it, but we'll just see what it looks like in terms of the killer crossover. Yeah, no killer crossover to be found here. He doesn't have the momentum for it or the between the legs for it. And we're going to check his double cross. He doesn't have the double cross. So that's another dribble we can look at real quick. And we're going to look at his size up too. And that's his size up. And his explosion out of the size up isn't that great. Okay. So I would say he's not a hidden pink diamond LeBron. He's very similar. And I think in a budget sense, you can run this card. And if you play a certain style, you can get some of the same production that you would. But I do think LeBron is just a better card in general. And really, and you see LeBron has his own signature size up. Now, unfortunately, he has that long hesitation dribble, so he can't dance side to side like KD does. But he can work with it a little bit. You know, it's not the greatest thing in the world, don't get me wrong. It's not a go-to move for myself. But really, I think his step back is what makes him, like, super great. And the fact that he is so great in the post so that, you know, situationally you can get in here and kind of bust into that real quick, and he's money with that game. So I think LeBron is, I'm not going to say he's a much better card, but I do think he's a better card. It's surprising that Bonga is even as close as he is, being an Amethyst versus a pink diamond. And it's, you know, Isaac Bonga versus LeBron James. So that is going to do it in terms of the comparison, but I will look at a few more of Bonga's animations. I didn't look at his layups and I didn't look at his leaners. So before we look at his leaners, let's see, does he have difficult shots? Look at his badges again real quick. Alright, so he has all of the elite shooting badges on Gold or Hall of Fame. And when it comes to the shooting badges, okay, there's no... so they've just stopped putting steady shooter on badges, which is good. Oh, and he has Hall of Fame difficult shots. Cool, cool, cool. These are his hot zones, looking good. And let's see what his leaners look like. Fairly standard. Fairly standard pull-up. Doesn't create space, but it looks a lot like his regular shot, so it's not going to screw up your timing. I think that's a plus-minus kind of thing, right? Like, if they create a lot of space, it's good in the sense of if you're trying to create space, but it's bad in the sense that if you're dribbling on the move, there's situations where you don't want to take that shot. Whereas when they go straight up and down like this, you kind of don't have to care if you are moving with the ball. And if you guys don't know, there has been a buff to the difficult shots badge in the game. Look for, I believe it was NBA 2K Lab who's covered this buff. But yeah, the buff to that has been fairly significant. So take a look at the most recent NBA 2K Labs video for that. But yeah, so this card, I say he's okay. I don't think he's a phenomenal card. I think the fact that he doesn't have a good hesitation or a good step back leaves you to basically just using the momentum dribble if you're trying to actually create with him. So you're really going to be focusing on, well, let's see what his peekaboo looks like. Very nice. Very nice peekaboo. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. Let's try and get a little faster. That was like light speed. Yeah, wow, that's really, really good. So his hesitation isn't great, so I would just always basically do the peekaboo. Maybe not always. Like if you're running around the perimeter and you think somebody's chasing you down, you can still do his hesitation. It's just not the fastest thing in the world, you know. But yeah, he explodes faster than LeBron. That's the one thing I will say. He's just a little, just feels quick. He just feels a little quicker. So let's see his hezzy shot. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, his hesitation into his shot is real nice. And I like LeBron's release, but his release is a little more compact. So it feels like he's a little bit quicker of a shooter than LeBron. Not that I have a problem or anyone has a problem getting open shots with LeBron, but his shot off the dribble here is really smooth. I don't know if he makes my main lineup, but I could definitely see having a lineup with him as a backup and running him and LeBron and just like running the same game plan back and forth. I do think he's a solid card. That's going to wrap it up for the deep dive. As I close out with his layup animations, that was a terrible layup animation. That was a pretty good layup animation. Then we'll look at his Euro and his floater, and I'm going to check the chat, and then I'm going to shut it down. Oh, that was nice. That was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. Let's see what the chat's talking about. Yes, so Justin Jolliffe says, low tier 12-0 run Cheese God. I absolutely agree with you. I think with this card being 6'8", you can definitely, like, your budget lineups just got a lot better. This card is so close to the LeBron card that I didn't even talk about him in the context that he probably deserves to be in, which is the budget context. But yeah, as a budget card, I think this guy is definitely somewhat of a game changer because you haven't had a legit, like, 6'8", you know, budget card to really rely on. But he's definitely got the juice. I do wish his between the legs was a little faster. His between the legs very slow. Very slow. Because even his misdirection, because of the between the legs, it's just not that, it's not like as useful. I would say use the behind the back. The way you would use between the legs for most cards, you go behind the back and you can do all the same stuff. Yeah, with the behind the back, his misdirection is really, really nice. And of course, you can double that. So that I would say that would be the go-to game for this guy. Yeah, if you use your behind the backs, right? So you can go same direction and then misdirect back the other way. Always screw it up when I'm talking. But yeah, you can behind the back, speed boost, and then go back in the other direction. Or you can double behind the back and speed boost and go in the other direction. So there's your misdirection with the behind the back going one way, and you can also double behind the back and do it the other direction. So that's going to be pretty good with him as well. Honestly, that's probably what I would lean on with this card is the behind the back dribble, if anything. But yeah, from a standstill, I don't love the card off the standstill because his escape doesn't create a lot of space. His between the legs has a lot of startup. His crossover has a lot of startup. And his behind the back, while it is the best of the bunch, isn't perfect either. Whereas LeBron, from a standstill, you can literally just do the step back and create space and you're good to go. And I'll just show that real quick. So this is LeBron from a standstill. Just give me some room. And he's out of there. And he goes into his between the legs much faster, you know. So yeah, I like him for that. And yeah, so I would still obviously pick LeBron between the two cards, but yeah, it's crazy that they're this close. And Bonga, I would say on your budget squads, he's definitely, you know, your budget LeBron solution. So that is officially going to wrap it up, guys. Close it out. One more misdirection. And yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if this was at all informative for you. And, you know, let you know whether or not you want to go out and grab that essentially free Amethyst 6'8" point guard with nearly identical stats and badges to LeBron James. All right, I will see you guys in the next one, and peace.